Like this. Might be a little bit better. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I am here today to review a brand new film, Roger Corman's Death Race 2050. I just call it Death Race 2050, but I have Roger Corman in the title so you won't confuse it with the other Death Race. Well, the last three Death Race movies, which were only like somewhat similar to the original, but not a whole lot. You know, they're trying to be more serious. And it was weird because I did a video about the death. I did a bunch of franchise videos. I haven't done a franchise video in a while. I did a video about the Death Race franchise, the original, and then the Jason Statham remake, which I really liked. Well, I mean, the original Death Race 2000 is the best. That's what I loved. I liked the Jason Statham remake, and then Death Race 2 and 3 are okay. I mean, it was just like, it was too much. They got away. It was like you had to be the one surviving racer, and you had to kill the other racers instead of like running over pedestrians and stuff like that, or people for points. And they did like prison, and they said if you win the race, you get out of jail or something like that. And it's like too much story and like backstabbing and stuff like that. And this one, the original Death Race, was a lot of fun. And then they did something similar, in my opinion, Grand Theft Auto, somewhat, without running people over as PG rated, where Death Race 2000 was R rated. Well, anyways, I did that franchise video over a year ago. Today's August 2nd. I did that July 23rd, 2016. And it was weird. And then all of a sudden, on Facebook, I found out about this. I don't know if who told me that one, or on October 6th, 2016, I shared a link with my friend John Walk, with my high school friend. And I said, holy crap, we got to see it. It says Roger Corman's Death Race 2050. And they had a trailer for it. It had Malcolm McDowell. And finally, I found out it was on Netflix last Sunday after coming. No, it was found out about it Saturday when I was back home a few hours before going to the class reunion. It was on Netflix. I was, holy crap, we got to watch this. Well, I didn't see it. I saw it. Well, I started watching some of it Sunday, and then I finished watching it last night. Now, is this more of a sequel or more? I mean, in a lot of ways, it's more of a remake with a sequel title to it. Malcolm McDowell stars as the president of the, well, they call him the founder of the United Corporations of America. And it starts out similar to the other thing with a bunch of spectators, and they're talking about the rules and stuff like that. And you see the spectators drinking giant things of soda, like shoveling down things of popcorn, and then one guy had like a giant hot dog. I mean, it's supposed to talk about gluttony and consumerism and stuff like that, because it's like social satire and stuff. The first one especially, this one not as much. And they were talking about the race, and there was a male anchor and a female one. The other one was just had Don Steele, who also did the stuff play-by-play in Grand Theft Auto, the Ron Howard movie. Well, anyways, they introduced all the characters, the racers, and I mean, the one I liked the most probably was Tammy the Terrorist, and she was the one that had like this. She had a religion, and then all her followers were going to be martyrs to her, and she'd run them over and stuff. And the other one, they had Minerva, which was like a pop star, and she had a top single going, drive, 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 kill, drive, drive, drive. You know, that's her song like that. It's silly. And then they had something different. They had an automated car named Abe. And then they had a guy that I assume was supposed to be like Machine Gun Joe Paturbo, played by Sylvester Stallone, named Joe Jeb Perfectus, I think. It's supposed to be a genetically engineered male. And I think and then he was always gunning after Frankenstein. Frankenstein's still in the movie, Frankenstein. And I think there was a giant rival between Sylvester Stallone and David Carradine in the original, and that was really funny. This one, and then they had Frankenstein, and then he takes off his mask like David Carradine did, and he just pretty much looks like a Gerard Butler type. He has the robotic arm though, robotic hand. Well, arm like form like that. And the movie's okay. I mean, what it would take. One of the other death races was the Danny Trejo. I like Danny Trejo, nothing against him. But like parts 2 and 3, like probably about 30-40 minutes to get into any race or something like that. It takes this like less than 15 minutes to get in a race. I like that they showed footage of the cars, like sped up footage of the cars like they did in the original one. It looks cheesy. But I mean, it's meant to be cheesy and stuff. And actually, this one looks really. They're both low budget, but I think this one looks cheap. The way some of the things in the car, there's moments of cheapness in it, and there's also moments where you can't tell what's going on. Like they didn't film it well enough. Like when that guy said it was going to go off the cliff, and then he shoots this thing. He tried to pull. They didn't film it well enough. You didn't really see that much. But I mean, is it as good as the original? No, because you had. I mean, the only well-known actor in this one is Malcolm McDowell, who's really good in it. But I mean, they have so many great actors in the original one, and it's directed by Paul Bartel, who's a great director, who did Eating Raoul, a great movie, and Lust in the Dust, and other movies like that. And in the original one, you had like David Carradine, Sylvester Stallone, the very lovely Mary Warnoff as Calamity Jane, and then you had like Martin Cove was in it, and there was other people in it too. In this one, the only well known is the mama. Now the acting is so. There's lots of neat stuff, but I mean they're like redoing different scenes that I don't think they did it as well. Like there's a scene where Frankenstein in the original one that this old age home puts a bunch of old people out, and then he does a double take and he mows the people that put him out. That put the people out. And this one they went to Bieber Elementary, which I thought was a funny name. And they did something with kids, and then they turned around and got the people that put them out. But I don't think it was well done though. It's very bloody, far more bloody than the original one. And there are scenes of like bodies cut in half and stuff, which was cool. By me, some of it doesn't work as well as you might think. It's it's good, but it's not as good as the original one. But I loved it though. I liked the satirical edge. I mean, the way they got in the story, I love that. The biggest problem, like in, some things, it just didn't look right the way they filmed it. They filmed it sloppy in some parts. And the last half hour, they had Minerva break character. And then she was never kind of the same after that. And then that kind of like, I don't know, it just changed the tone of the movie somewhat. And then the last half hour was supposed to be really good. It's never boring. It was only decent, but the ending is really good. I like that. But trying to think what else was there. Oh, I've seen Maggie. Like there was a really cute kitty playing in the middle of the street with a butterfly or something. Not as cute as my Maggie though. And Frankenstein avoided it though. He said he likes cats, and Maggie liked that scene. But I mean, I said, don't you run over that kitty. Sometimes they might. I remember they did Reform School girls. They did the kitten stomp or something like that. But glad they didn't run over a kitty. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I think the last half hour really knocked things down a bit. And like I said, it was on Netflix apparently for like 5 months. I just found out about Sunday because sometimes the way you look for stuff on it's really weird. They have like recently added or new arrivals. And they have like a list of 50, and a lot of them are repeats. And they're trying to really push the Netflix shows. And sometimes movies like this get put to the side. I know Train to Busan did. And I found out about that by accident through the horror section. And I guess they have the Martin Scorsese movie Hugo. I gotta check that out. I didn't even know that was on there. I don't know if it was a recent ad because it doesn't come up on there. But I give Death Race 2050 8.5 out of 10. Now, I mean, expect a cartoonish. I mean, some parts look cheap. I mean, cheesy's different, but some of the parts where the cars look kind of cheap. But I enjoyed the film for what it was. I mean, some people might not like it because the other Death Race is not the ones that Universal did with Jason Statham and Danny are more serious. This one is more comedic, social satire. Well, the first one really is comedic satire, and this one is too. And it's directed by Universal too. Or Universal put it out, so I'm surprised he didn't. May give him kick him a couple extra bucks just to straighten up a couple sloppy looking scenes that didn't look very good. But aside from that, I really loved the movie. 8.5 out of 10. Still not as good as the original Death Race 2000, which is a classic. But I think, I mean, if some people like it, some people won't. But I enjoyed it. And I like it said, Tammy the Terrorist asked a bunch of her followers, "Do you like chicken wings?" And they go, "Yeah." And they said, "Well, God's got a Hooters wrap in the sky. All you gotta do is lay down for me, and let me run you over." And they spelled Tammy out, and she ran him over and stuff for points and stuff. Pretty. But I think she was the best character out there. And there was one scene that's really funny, bedroom scene involving Jed Perfectus and his proxy. And usually what they are just people that have like I forgot about that person driving with them. They have like a camera and you can watch it in virtual reality. But that scene in about that one bedroom scene is really funny. It's not dirty, but it's just funny. So I hope you like this review of Roger Corman's Death Race 2050. Hope you enjoy the video and the review. And until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion. Think of